So today let's discuss the today's Geeks for Geeks problem of the day. Maximum circular subarism. You are given a circular array of integers. Find the maximum possible sum of a non-empty subarray. In a circular subarray, array, the subarray can start at the end and wrap around the beginning. Return the maximum non-empty subarray sum considering both non-wrapping and wrapping cases. So we have given a array and we have to return the maximum possible subarray sum. But basically it also has has the property that the array is also circular. It means if we start with minus 11, right? So we can take in our current subarray minus 11, 12, and even I can move to the in the starting, and I can take also 8, then minus 8. So basically we can whenever we ended at the end of the array, we can continue from the starting of the array, right? This is the circular property of this array. And basically, so um yeah, let's calculate the answer for this case here. If we remove just minus 11 from the array, right, then I can take 12 and all these previous elements, right? So it will make a sum of 22. Okay, for this example, so we can remove this much, uh, this subarray, and rest of the element will make the sum of 23. And for this case we can remove minus 2. So basically what we are doing, that we are removing, if we considering the case of wrapping, right? If we are considering the wrapping case, then we can remove the minimum subarray, right? For this case, minus 11 is the minimum subarray possible for this array. So we can remove that, and we will surely get the maximum possible sum of the circular subarray, so circular array, right? And for here also we can remove minus 3, minus 4. This makes the sum of minus 7, uh, which is the minimum possible sum, subarray sum of this array. And here also it's minus 2. But also it is possible that for any other example, um, we we need to consider just the non-wrapping case. Non-wrapping means if we not go in the circular direction, means we consider this array as just one flow. Yeah. So if you don't consider this array to be circular, then it means it's a one flow. So we will consider it's a normal array, and we need to return the maximum subarray sum possible this time. Basically, we have to return the maximum sum, but since we have two possibilities, that we can also take wrapping and also can take non-wrapping case. So it may be possible that non-wrapping case gives us the better answer, and it also with the possibility it is possible that the wrapping case gives us the better answer, like these three examples are giving, right? So hope up to this mark you have understand the problem clearly. Now let's start framing intuition for this problem. So as we as we need to calculate the maximum subarism or the minimum subarism, so we can think of cadence algorithm. You must have intuition for the cadence algorithm. It's a prerequisite for this problem, I can say. You can go for any random video on YouTube and take the intuition and again back to the solution from here itself. Okay, so now to this mark we understand that okay, we can apply cadence algorithm to calculate the maximum subarray sum for the non-wrapping case, and for wrapping case we need to calculate the minimum subarray sum. Then we can return the uh, total sum minus the minimum subarray sum. That would be the maximum subarray sum alternatively. So we just need to run the cadence algorithm. It's simple. Just for if you're calculating for the maximum subarray, then you just keep adding the elements into any sum variable and just taking tracking the maximum subarray, and whenever the sum becomes negative, it means the previous sum is now not helpful for us because it's now negative. If we add some element which is like positive also, then the total sub-array sum for the current sub-array, it would be lesser than the even the pre in the even the current element, right? So it's not be beneficial to continuing the previous elements, basically the previous window which we are having. Okay, so we can basically leave the previous window because it's now negative. Uh, Adding positive values in the current window also will not be helpful and decrementing our current severism. So just leave that window and start freshly from the current index itself, right? And similarly for calculating the minimum severism, we can basically just the same. Okay, so the same steps. Just add the element into the sum variable and track the minimum sum with the minimum function, and just again leave the window if the sum of the current window becomes positive this time. If the current window is positive, current window have some greater than 0, it means it's now not beneficial to reduce our current scenarism, right? So better to leave and start firstly from the new negative element, right? So it would be beneficial. So it's a simple algorithm, and from this we can say the non-wrapping case would have maximum sum, and the wrapping case would have total sum minus the minimum sum, right? And also there is a one edge case here. So it can be possible that all the elements in the array are negative, right? So if I take the example like -1, -2, -3, let's take this example. So this time the maximum sum would be equals to what do you think? The maximum sum would be uh, just -1, right? It would be -1, and minimum sum would be uh, it would be the whole total, that is total sum, right? Because all the elements are negative, would be equals to total sum. So, but in this case, our answers would be -1, right? And since we are taking the maximum of non-wrapping and wrapping case, non-wrapping case would have value equals to -1, and for the wrapping case, it would be 0, right? It would be 0 and it would be -1. So the maximum value between 0 and -1 would be 0. So it written 0, but its answer should be -1 because we can take this array and it has -1 and -1 subarray because it's mentioned that um, subarray should be non-empty, right? It should be non-empty subarray, right? So I have to take at least one element into my subarray. So that should I will take the maximum possible negative value from the array, right? So yeah, so it's the complete intuition and the approach. Simple intuition, just we have to think little bit in the starting of the framing of the solution, where we have to think what what could be the result, right? There could be two results that if we consider this array to be circular, then that case we can remove minimum some in between the starting and the ending. And if we consider it as non-wrapping, then I will consider this array to be one flow, and I will take the maximum sub-array which would be possible in one go through, right? So we will at the end, I will return the maximum of the two possibilities. Okay, so hope it's clear to you and you have better thinking in your mind, and the intuition behind the problem is now set into your mind. So give it a try, and I will suggest you to uh, go uh, step by step, take some hints whenever you get a hint up to any point of time during the solution video. Just pause the video and go and make a try, right? And try to solve as much as you can. And if you again stuck, again back to the video, resume from the previous state, and again try to find a hint from the video. Just not copy the code which I have written into my uh, code terminal. Just you code editor, sorry. So just try to take the hint and build intuition and try to code by yourself. Then it would be helpful for you, right?